Rachel was just called the lightning rod by Papa. So,
Wow.
So what can you tease about what kind of sparks you'll be setting off in these final 4 episodes?
Thanks, Rockney. It's good. Rachel and her sparks. Let's see. She is a catalyst for change, right? So I like that. That's nice. She's down a road of people finding their conscience right now, which my dad is very unhappy about because he likes me as a cold-blooded killer. I don't know what that means, except that he's a huge fan of sci-fi and your Sarah Connor and your that's his world and his genre, and that's what I grew up loving because of course Dad likes it. So I was like, yeah, this is fantastic. So for him, Rachel finding his moral center, he's like, she's not going to kill people. I was like, Dad, but my mom is she's like, it's lovely to see conscience start to be reintroduced to the show. It's lovely to see people trying to fight good against evil rather than everybody being gray. So I think that Rachel's trying to lead people down a better road. She's not quite sure how to do it. She's going to get pretty unpopular before anything good happens from it. But it is interesting.
At this point, how much input are you given into what she does?
Oh, I don't have any input.
None at all?
No, if you just like Rachel, it's not my fault. It's the same if you love her. It's not my fault either. Like, it's one of those wonderful things of I just don't. Now, if something comes up that and I'm really good about this because I think writers are like, they need to be up here for us as actors. We need to look at their words and figure out how to make their vision work. It's their vision. They come up with all this. They work long, hard hours to figure it out. But if there's something that, if in the drafts that they've written, if it gets left over, if I feel like it's not flowing, I'll call and be like, hey, can I say something else here as well as what you've said here? And 5 times out of 10, they'll take what I've said and they will let me do that. And I don't ask very often, but it's, I think 20 years is plenty of foreplay. Love it or not love it, that was what happened in the moment with us, and I felt like it was kind of fun, and then Eric's like, oh, we'll keep it. So I don't really have any input, but if there are improvisations that happen between scenes with us, then sometimes they keep them, which is nice. Yeah. I think it's probably because I was taking my shirt off at the same time. Maybe I need to do that for all my favorite lines. Like, I love ketchup. I don't It's great.
Charlie and Rachel have had a difficult relationship.
Yeah, they have, because Rachel's a terrible mother. Jeez.
And, now that Charlie has killed Jason, does she lean on her mom at all? Or
no,
who
I don't think
does
that
she
she's
go to
gonna
someone?
do any leaning. But there's a huge cathartic moment for Charlie coming up that is not with Rachel, that is absolutely worth watching. She's been so phenomenal this season. I've loved watching how she's evolved with this character and the direction she's kind of been very determined to push her in, and I think it's fantastic. So Rachel, I think Rachel offers her support, but it's like the deadbeat dad who's like, now I want to be in your life. Well, I'm 50, so I don't know what to tell you. So maybe we'll see. I think she's there and she tries, definitely, and she provides a net in which for Charlie to fall. And I think that Charlie knows that it's there. Whether she'll lean on her or not, who knows? It's hard to lean on the screwdriver lady, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, how is Rachel going to be tied to the Nano storyline in the final episode?
Oh, it involves a long walk and knocking on a door. That's all I can say.
And when you look back at the end of the season, that's going to make so much sense.
It is. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, she gave away so much. She's going to get in trouble for that. Matter of fact, I think they heard me say that. It involves a long walk and knocking on a door. It's really cool, actually. That's some of my favorite stuff. Yeah, it is. She does get involved, which is nice.
Which is good.
Yeah, and I get to play with Zach, who's hilarious. So, yes, it's good. And Maureen, who's possibly the funniest girl I've ever met. What does Billy call her? A funny, sweet, beautiful thing? Like, that's what she is. She is. She's lovely.
Have they given you a heads up at all what season 3 is going to be?
They're so excited to tell us, but I think that we're still waiting to hear, and I think that pitch is happening now. I think. So, I don't know. I hope.
Have you asked?
Yeah, I ask all the time. And they're like, oh, it's great. We have to wait, it's great. And I'm like, like what kind of great? Let me be the judge of great. But, yeah, I mean, from the final episode absolutely sets up season 3. Gives you an idea of what's happening. And I liked it. It's very, dare I say it, very Stephen King. And I really, I love Stephen King. very cool. It's very cool and very unexpected. It's
Kind
neat.
of era Stephen King. Like what?
Things like that. Maybe like book 3, The Dark Tower, possibly. I don't know. Right?
Everyone's gonna go rush to their bookshelf.
I know what that one was.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. It takes a turn. I like the turn though. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. And then the rest of it, you know, you still have your people surviving. But now there'll be something of another quest. Be slightly quest based.
Will we kind of see the group all back together again, fighting against the Patriots?
We
Finally?
will see the group all back together again. What they're fighting against, you know, I don't know. But Monroe, and it's fun having everyone together. It's especially fun when Steven kind of came into the fold. Like, it's just really neat. And David is such a pleasure, you know, to work with. So it's just a nice group of people. Like, we like each other, and we enjoy playing with each other because the characters are such odds, you know. But we're not as a cast, and that makes it even more fun because you can get in there and just kind of like go crazy on each other, and then afterwards be like, "Oh, you okay?" That's nice.
Will we see any tension between Rachel and Neville now that her daughter killed his son? Or any additional tension?
You know, we don't have as much attention between us as we would like. We like to play together. And then our big scene that we had together was cut, so this is a while ago. We don't have as much together as I would like. I like Giancarlo. He's a lovely little, you know, Zen dude. I enjoy him. He's incredibly talented, but he's also a kind guy. I like him. Yeah.
The scene was cut. What was it?
Oh, it was just this kind of, during season 1, it was this big, Rachel. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, one of those scenes.
Yeah.
But we had fun doing it. You know, he'd walk forward, I'd walk back. It was a bomb. It was really fun. We had a great time. And afterwards, I'm like, hi. He's like, hi. Want to go to